Good morning. Welcome to Saturday Morning Coffee. My name is Lance McKinnon. I am here with my co-host, Tiffany Linderman. How are you doing this morning, Tiffany?
Hey, Lance, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I am doing absolutely wonderful. I hear we have a special guest today who knows a little bit about coffee. Is that true?
Absolutely, but I'm definitely not the expert to ask around that. We'll have to ask him, right?
Absolutely. So you want to go ahead and introduce our special coffee guest today?
Absolutely. We have Stefan D Hawkins, who is the owner and founder of Good Brothers Book Cafe. That is just one of the magical things that he's doing, but we're going to dig into it and hear a little bit more from him. Good morning.
Good morning, Stefan.
Good morning.
Oh, thank you for being on our show.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So tell us. Well, I know that Tiffany had mentioned at the Good Brothers Coffee, but you're also the CFO of All Vegan too, as well.
Say it again?
But you're also the president of the Vegan Plants, Best Food.
Yeah. House of Vegans.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So
I,
tell us
I,
how
I was the owner of House of Vegans.
House of Vegans. Okay, that's how.
Yeah.
So how did Good Brothers start?
How did Good Brother start? Good Brother started from an idea of trying to bring as many new black businesses to the city of Harrisburg right after the um, damn, I forgot his name now. How did I forget his name in the middle of the interview? George Floyd homicide. George Floyd homicide. Oh man, terrible. But yeah, right around the time George Floyd was murdered out of Minneapolis, I was coming up with ideas of like what new businesses could be needed in the city of Harrisburg. And other than my vegan restaurant, coffee was one of the ideas I came up with.
Okay, so you came up with coffee outside of a vegan restaurant, but then it's
Yeah,
just not a coffee shop. You also do other things there too, as well. Am I correct?
yeah. We offer African American and African literature, basically black authors and black protagonists geared books for youth, young adults, and adult fiction and nonfiction, whatever we can provide. Trying to get as much known authors out there as possible.
That's absolutely amazing. I know Tiffany's going to chime in with something.
Oh, I was just going to ask, do you have any books or authors that you're highlighting currently at your book cafe?
Uh, mm, yeah, my good friend Brian Majors. I always try to highlight local authors as much as I can, like Brian Majors, uh, Floyd Stokes, Julia Miley. I know I just got a couple other authors in, like Gabrielle Union wrote two children books. Uh, Alicia Cole, Vanessa Riley, Britt Bennett, James McBride,
So only a
Brian
few.
Boone.
Stefan, are you
Yeah,
cheating? I think you're looking at your bookcase right now.
well, yeah, I am because well, these are the ones that I got face forward. So I'm looking at them as I'm reading them all. Be like, if a book's face forward, that's the one I like want people to pick up and look at the most. Like as I try to highlight that author. So I was just looking like, all right, which ones do I got turned around to highlight and bring attention to, and that was the ones that I had in each like section of the show. So that was why
Absolutely.
I was looking.
And I was just
That's
going to
it.
say excitedly, Lance and I just bought Brian Major's book, and so we're anxiously awaiting for those to come in the mail.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes,
A
yes,
good friend of
yes,
mine. Few years now.
You said
yes,
you've
yes.
known him for a few years?
Yeah, we went to high school together. He graduated a little bit before me, and we really didn't know each other like in high school, obviously because of the age difference. I think he was like a senior and I was a freshman or something like that. But like after high school, after the years when he first started Major Prep, I was like one of his first customers back then. I wouldn't say I was the first or top 10, but I know when he originally started the athleisure wear with the t-shirts, I was like one of his big supporters when he was going around selling t-shirts.
Wow.
And that's when
Yeah.
t-shirts was like $10, $12 at that time, like t-shirts going up a lot in the last, what, 12 years now? I think, no, 10 years he's been doing music prep now.
Yes, yes. Like I said, and I met Brian. Brian and I worked together at the Boys and Girls Club in Harrisburg. And the first time we spoke, he just told me that he was going to blow it up. And he's
Yeah,
absolutely blowing it up. And but you are
yeah, he
too.
doing good.
You're doing a lot of great things. And I want to focus on why add literature into your coffee shop. What's the importance of having the youth come in and read? Why in the Black community?
Uh, why literature? Why not literature? Why not a good book and some coffee? Why not a good book and tea? I think they go hand in hand at most times. Right now, yeah. Well, I basically wanted to push early childhood education, early literacy to our youth because it's something that's not talked about enough. The importance of reading, the importance of comprehension and understanding. I tell the story now that I don't believe I really knew how to read until I was an adult. All through school, I basically was like pushed along in education. So I think basically my love for books and literature came after school. I didn't develop a love for literacy as I was attending school. It wasn't something that was pushed a lot in my household. If we picked up a book that was our choice, it wasn't something that my mom was like, hey, grab this book, check this book out. I don't even know if my mom was a big reader or not. So I try to push that as much as possible. I know my three youngest sons love books. Uh, they enjoy a good book. Like when we go to the store, I'm like, what y'all want? They be like a toy and a book. So I recognize that their love for literacy can be a lot of other kids' love as well if we just push that on them in a positive way. And then I also think that the reason I did, you know, black protagonists or black authors was because representation matters to me as much as possible. As much as I'm a big Harry Potter fan, I think if Harry Potter was black, I would have loved him even more and I would have recognized myself within Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling did an amazing job with that with that series. But I would say, what if there was a J.K. Rowling and she was black? But there could be a black Harry Potter. It could be Hakeem Potter. I don't know. You know.
I would say Lance
So
Potter too, because I couldn't get
yeah,
down with it either because I couldn't relate to the character
yeah. But
in
it's
it.
just about representation and relating. And I think a lot of kids, if they see themselves in the characters, they're more prone to stay engaged. So I just want to focus on that. But then I think also it'd be a good catch to bring, different sorts of customers in, not just, coffee lovers and food lovers. I think somebody that enjoys a good book would come in as well. I know I'm only directly a block down from our current mayor's bookstore, Midtown Scholar. It's actually the
So you're
biggest
in the
bookstore in
Midway
the East Side.
Plaza, correct?
No, no, I'm not on the plaza. I'm on the strip, Third
Okay,
Street.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's no plaza. It's just a street. Just a street with businesses on it called Midtown. Well, yeah, our mayor bookstore is down the street, so kind of taking from him and his thing, it's like, okay, if book lovers go there, why can't they just travel a block and a half down the street and come here as well? But I basically did this for my city. Our Harrisburg is 52% black, and I think we need something that is geared towards us.
Yeah. And not only that, it's 52 black, and I'm not going to stick and stand with the literacy rate. of African Americans, but I know that it is much lower than that number,
Yes,
and
yes.
which is a shame because we all
Right.
should have a fair shake of being able to read. You know, as you, Stefan, you know, I didn't find my love of books until I got out of school. You know, I didn't have somebody pushing me. But you
Yeah.
have to find your passion to what you feel you want to go and what stimulates your mind.
Yes.
That's absolutely great. I need a coffee. So that being said, how did you create your own brand of coffee?
Uh, controlling the narrative, ownership. Being an entrepreneur, I understand the importance of ownership. Being able to control your brand, marketing, strategy, promotion. But I also know that, even though I can have every book in the world, black author, black protagonist. I can have the best food in the world, but if you're known as a coffee shop, people are going to talk about the coffee and who's the coffee by? Where did it come from? Where's the beans roasted at? And if I be like, oh, these beans are so and so's beans, I don't know really all about the roasting, even though I will learn so I can be knowledgeable and what coffee I'm providing, the credit still will go to that company. Like, yeah, they got good books, yeah, they got good food, but that coffee, So I didn't basically want to be somebody's second, third location. I didn't want to be, the so and so's fourth location, or because it'd be like, why should I go there if I can just get that coffee somewhere else? Why should I travel down the street if they can have another cafe that's closer to somebody else? I wanted to stand apart from, the five other local coffee shops that's already in Harrisburg, let alone Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks. And I always think on building a brand. Like I was like, I could do my own coffee, but then I could build it up into something else. Obviously, my coffee's in grocery stores now. My coffee's in other cafes now, who I can get recognition for. And then I also just partnered with a business that's going on City Island to provide coffee for them. Now, imagine if I was selling somebody else's coffee, I wouldn't have been able to accomplish these important steps in building my own coffee brand. I would have been promoting and pushing somebody else's coffee, and then their coffee would have been on City Island right now. Their coffee would have been in grocery stores right now because I would have just been an imitation of them. But I just would have been a black face on their bag, helping to give them more recognition than I thought so. So that was another reason why I created coffee.
I'm ordering a coffee today from you because I've read up about it, and you got some high profile people that do order your coffee. And
Yeah, and I can bring the coffee. It's pretty good. I tell people all the time, man, like just try the coffee. Just try it. Like it's very good coffee. Like I when people drink it and then you get a whiff of the bag, you smell the coffee, and you're like, man, this smells like it's gonna be some good coffee. And then you actually drink the coffee, and I see people's face like light up, and they like, man, this is actually really good. Like my face light up, seeing their face light up because I'm like, I really put something great out there. I really did something that I can be proud of, a product that I can stand behind and say, hey, I put consideration into this. I really thought about this. This is what I came up with. And when people actually tell me, hey, I enjoyed the coffee, man, it was amazing. I really sit there and I can sit there with pride. And then also you think about like generational things. Like my children can be like, my dad has great coffee, or my mom can say, hey, my son created a coffee brand and it's very good. You think about making other people proud at the same time you're making yourself proud, and that's a good thing. So that's a good positive.
yeah,
That's absolutely a wonderful legacy that you're going to leave behind. But I,
Yeah, I'm trying.
yeah, that's awesome. And I mean, we didn't even touch into everything that you're doing, but I can only imagine the work and the research you needed to do to find and make your coffee that you're
Yeah,
talking about. And I'm going to absolutely be ordering some as well. So I
Well,
cannot
thank you.
wait for that. But I also would love to hear a little bit, and sorry, Lance, if I'm jumping the gun here, but a little bit more about your vegan restaurant that you have. It's called House of Vegans, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's called that. It was called that. It's temporarily closed right now, but
Okay.
you can speak about it in the past. Since it's been closed since about early February, first week of February, I think it is right now.
Yeah,
So about
so
6 weeks.
it'll come back together. So pretty certain of
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah. I still got, I still got all the recipes up here, so it can come back anytime. It can come
uh,
back here at the cafe now since I have a space,
Absolutely.
but I
we
don't want
know
to
a
miss
pretty
the
good
space.
chef, Chef Mitchell, who's actually been on our show, who was on the
Okay.
Food Network as well. We'd
Oh
love
wow.
to, yeah, we'd love to connect the two of you. Tiffany, we make sure that happens so we connect those guys together because I
Yeah.
think you guys could do some powerful things. And he's
Yeah.
running his own kitchen out of the Baltimore area. But again,
Okay.
I want to commend you on not only creating a great coffee, you created a need uh, in the community to make a change in the literacy. So you took two major concepts and brought them to one. So you can't say I just make great coffee. It's, I got great coffee. I'm bringing in literacy, helping people learn to read, and I imagine the conversation is like this here on Saturday Morning Coffee. You never know what you're going to get. And
Yeah.
people just sitting back and smiling, it's got to be a blessing to you.
Uh, yeah, I think so. I think people really do enjoy books, and I gave people a space to feel safe to express that and to, buy books. When I see parents bring their children and be like, "Oh, we can't find these type of books at, Walmart or Target or other places that they frequent. You only can shop online, but to walk in a space where everything is a representation of that child, of its parents, and of its surrounding area, it's a good thing as well.
That's wonderful. And then now, how are you going to be on City Island? Is that correct?
Yeah,
You
that's
just
the
collaborated. You just collaborated with City Island to have your coffee, and that's a huge
not
honor.
City Island, not City Island per se. It's a business that's called the Harrisburg Beach Club that's going to be on the beach side, the old beach side, like a makeshift beach side of Harrisburg. I mean, they purchased the old or leased the old bathhouse that's by the miniature golf course. If anybody's familiar with City Island, over by the miniature golf course on the very end, it's like this old 1920s bathhouse. This company leased it. They reached out to me yesterday and was like, "Hey, we would like to use your coffee as our cold brew in the spring and summertime, and then we'll use your coffee again for the fall and winter for hot coffee." And I was like, sure. What's the dynamics and what I would be doing? How would I be helped? What would I be used? Everything like that. Once we figured out that, and then I was like, what's the longevity? Like, how long I'm gonna be there? If I'm just gonna open the space, people's gonna enjoy my coffee, and then next year you're gonna kick me out. What's gonna happen? They're like, no. As long as we got this spot leased, you'll be here. We're here. So I was like, okay. Their lease is a 5-year agreement. So for the next 5 years, based upon them, I'll be on City Island as well. So yeah, that's a good thing.
Go ahead, Tiffany. I know you.
Oh no, that's amazing. I mean, no, it's just amazing to hear, you've gone through different challenges. I think COVID, I'm just gonna say that
Yeah,
probably tied into your vegan restaurant, but hopefully that can make a rebound and absolutely would love to see if that integrates into your book cafe. But the fact that now
yeah.
you're taking that and really evolving what you've been doing and building and expanding on that, I think is going to be really amazing to watch where you end up going on your journey. So
It's a blessing. It's a blessing within itself, like that people are recognizing, the entrepreneur in me, the hustler in me, this new up and coming brand that's getting a lot of recognition. And I know, like, I've learned and I'm learning that, once one good news happen, multiple things happen in the world. Like right now, I'm doing well with the coffee, with the networking and the partnering. Hopefully that turns into revenue dollars down the line. Bigger revenue dollars, bigger deals, bigger partnerships. But I'm walking in this space humble, grateful, and blessed. I'm not taking none of this for granted because none of these people had to deal with. You got to realize my coffee company technically is only 6 months old. Since I made my first bag and put them in my store. So I went from 6 month old brand to being 10 grocery stores, two cafes, to now being placed with a business, a beach club on City Islands in 6 months. So walking in this space, you have to have some type of humility with it because they could have went with some other brands that have been here longer. They probably could have reached out to Starbucks or something like that. Like, how can we get wholesale prices of your coffee? But they chose the 6 month guy, new guy in the rookie in the game, and they're willing to give you a chance. So I'm definitely grateful and I'm definitely appreciative at all these opportunities being given to me right
That is a lot in 6 months. And I'm sitting here going, I know some of our previous guests, I'm saying time and opportunity, I would say collided uh,
now. Yeah,
to
definitely
do
did.
that. And that is absolutely huge because, like you said, you just mentioned, I didn't realize that, my fault, my own, I didn't realize you were in 10 stores as well.
Yes, yeah. 10 grocery stores right now.
Okay. And is that just locally in Harrisburg or is that
Yes,
like
and that,
big chain?
well, the furthest I go out is Mechanicsburg. I got Simpson Ferry Road Giants, and I got Lemoyne Carnes. Other than that, I'm here locally within the Harrisburg area. Other stores is in Harrisburg area.
Okay.
But I have a question. Oh, you're probably going toward this. So if you're not local and you want some of this coffee, how do you get it? That's what
Fifth
you're gonna say,
Acres,
right, Lance? Sorry.
yeah, Fifth Acres Coffee Co.com. You can go on our website and order directly from there. I actually handle all shipping, distribution, manufacturing, labeling, everything. So every bag that is shipped out is hand shipped by me. Every bag that is put together by me. As of right now, I'm the whole operation. I'm my only employee. And then I subcontract out my roasting because obviously I can't roast and run a cafe and make deliveries to 10 grocery stores if I'm roasting all day. So
So,
that's the
so
only thing
are,
I
so
can
are
do.
you sleeping at all, Stefan? Because it seems like our last couple of guests between Quincy and Brian and you, I think none of you guys sleep within 4 to 5 hours. But one thing you guys all
Yeah,
have in common is that dedication.
yeah, man, it's a grind because we start behind the eight ball in a lot of situations. Like we can get into statistics of black and brown businesses not being properly financed, not being able to, walk in the bank to get grants, loans, any type of financial assistance. I don't come from a family that's even had money next to being well off. Like I can't go to uncle or grandma and be like, hey, I want to start this business. I need 10K or 5K. I can't ask somebody right now for 5K in my family that can hand it to me without wanting it back. That or we're not wanting, 50% of my business for $5,000 or some type of investment. I can't holler at nobody. So everything is relying upon me. My capital is my revenue. Every dollar that comes in goes right back out. So, and I don't have that cushion or anything like that. I don't have no capital C nest egg to continue to go. But a
You
lot of
don't, you don't have a money tree stuffed away
no, I
in
don't
the
have no
basement?
tree, nothing like that. Like everything, I started on my entrepreneurial journey with $5,000 cash of my own money
Okay.
a year ago, and this is where I'm sitting at today. So everything, I don't have no loans, no grants, no nothing. I didn't get no PPP. I didn't get no PUA. I don't know ABC or elemental P, nothing. So everything is literally grind and hustle. So if I do good, it's because of me. If I do bad, it's because of me. You know, like everything is relied upon me at this moment. I don't have a day to take a day off and just go relax at this moment. So it's good.
And you
I'm
said
busy.
that you actually bag you roast all day and you bag them yourself. And
No, I
why?
don't roast. No, I don't roast. I pay somebody to roast. My roaster and my importers, they are separate from me. There are guys I partner with who help me select the coffee, who actually educate me on coffee. When I got the idea to start the coffee company, these were people that I came to in confidence to help me nail down brands, taste, and put them together. And I paid them on the side to handle all that for me while I go do other day to day things.
That's absolutely amazing. So
Yeah,
I can't wait to get my hands on it, and I don't know if I'm going to just drive down there and pick some up myself and get a little literature as well too.
yeah. So
Maybe
people,
maybe Tiffany and I we could do a show, uh, a Saturday morning coffee from there to really
you're more than
promote it,
welcome to it.
to
Just
really
phone up.
promote it and have some good coffee and go from there. That'd be absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get some coffee. And I'm just like you said, I can't wait to see our faces when we try the coffee since it's so good. I'm
It's
dying waiting
good
right now.
coffee.
So
It's very good coffee. I tell
yeah.
people all the time.
So
It's
we'll,
very
I
good
guess
coffee.
what we'll do is we'll have to ship a bag out to every one of our every one of our guests now, prior to our recordings to do on Saturday morning coffee.
Hey,
So
that'd be
that
appreciated.
everybody
Listen,
brings that smile to
Oh,
their
that'd be so
face.
nice. Yeah, they can
Yes,
all enjoy it
yeah.
on the show.
so they can enjoy
Yeah,
your
thank you.
coffee on the show. Now, do you have like
Yeah.
apparel? Because I noticed you're rocking a nice looking sweatshirt.
Man, this shirt about to be like a year old. I had it made custom. But I have shirts in here. I actually haven't loaded them load loaded them on my website for some reason. And everybody be like, why don't you put the cups and the shirts on the website? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know, but I'm actually gonna put them on there this weekend. I'm trying to come up with some new creative shirts to post and promote on there. So and see what
Yeah.
happens.
Do everything to get that out there. I'd get with Brian. Brian's doing a pretty good hustle on that apparel, so he might know
Yeah,
somebody.
man. Ryan's doing amazing. He's doing amazing. So
Yeah, he is too, and it's just absolutely the uh, first meet him and him telling me his story and the vision, and then now, and then hearing this story right here. Um,
yeah,
was absolutely amazing, and just how fast God had His hands on it and moved it 6 months, and I can only see great things coming from it because, again, I can't reiterate how important it is for our children to learn to read and learn history, and also get good coffee as well. I mean that
yeah.
is a great combination.
I think so. I like to think so. I just need people to, I just want people to recognize it and see it also. So let's see what happens.
And that's why we're here because we're going to do everything we can to get everybody out there to try it. We're going to try it. We're going to promote it. I know it's already tasting good right now. I'm like, I'm almost finished with mine. I'm thinking, mm. And I love. How did you come up with the name? That's what I want to know.
So which one?
Good Brothers.
Good brother is something we say up here a lot. They say in other cities as well, other areas, but it's just more so a term of endearment you'll say to a black man who are recognized to be doing good things in the community. So I'll be like, hey, what's going on, my good brother? Hey, what's up, good brother? Is recognizing that in his space that he's trying to be a good black man and be positive and even if he's not trying to be a role model on purpose, he's somebody's role model in a sense. But me and a couple of my homeboys started a book club for black men last year around this time. Actually, September, yeah, September last year, we started a book club for black men and young black boys, and we called it Good Brothers Book Club. It was like supposed to be a joke. It was called Good Brothers Can't Read Book Club. I came up with a name, like it was a pun on the fact that they say black men don't read for leisure. So when I was coming up with the cafe, I was like, man, I don't know what to name it. Like I didn't name none of my children. I just said as long as they got my last name, we're good. I don't really care about the first name. I'm gonna call it whatever. So I'm not good with naming businesses. So I'm like, what can I name this? What could be catchy? What could be something stand out? I was like, man, it's a bookstore, it's a coffee shop. I'm like, and I'm a good brother. I feel like I'm a good brother. So I was like, and I own the store. So I was like, why don't I? So
That's absolutely wonderful. I'm going to call you Good Brother because I know Brian, you're the first name that came out of Brian's mouth when I talked to him. And,
yeah,
you know, I know it's Saturday and you are on the grind, you're on the hustle. We have all
mhm,
your information to get your coffee out there, not just the coffee, but what you're doing in the shop as well too, with the literacy aspects of it. And we thank you very much, Stefan, for taking this opportunity today to explain to us um, the need for good coffee, but also the need for us to be able to learn and educate and grow as Black men, as women, and bringing that empowerment together and bringing good people together through something that's common. And like we said, that's Saturday morning coffee. And
yeah.
so, again, keep doing what you're doing and making a difference in people's lives. And thank you for being on the show. And like I said, if you need me to come down and help you bag some coffee, call me up. All
I
right.
got you.
Just
I
give me
got you.
3 or 4 cups. I'm good for about 4 hours.
I got you. I give you a couple hours. Just let me
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I'll be there to help you. So we're looking
Okay.
forward to it. But again, thank you for your time. Tiffany?
Thank you. You're a rock star and you're a good brother. So I'm so glad that we had a chance and the pleasure to meet you today. So cheers to
No, no,
you.
I ain't no rock star. I ain't no rock star yet.
Yeah.
I'm just a brother in the community trying to pave the way. That's it. If people think I'm a rock star, I say not yet. I'm gonna say not yet. But thank you for having me on. Thank both of y'all for contacting me. Shout out to B Maves for recommending me to be on your show. This fine Saturday morning. It's early, as y'all like to say. So
Yep.
we'll figure this out. We're gonna figure out the rest of this day and what's gonna happen.
Yep. Well, we thank you very much, and we'll be in touch with you soon. And we have a great day and keep making a difference. We'll talk
Hey,
to
thank you.
you soon.
Bye.